Good morning, Kevin here, and I've got Steve with me.
Oh yeah, morning.
And this is day...
Afternoon.
Oh, sorry, yes, it's afternoon. We are starting very late in the day for us. It's nearly 1 o'clock, and we've delayed coming out today because the rain was awful this morning, so we've got a bit of a dry spell. Anyway, Steve and I are on a second day of our trip to the Cotswolds, and we are at St Lawrence's Church in Bourton on the Water.
That's it.
It's so hard. We can't get into the church at the moment. There is something going on in there, and it's soup and bread being served between 12 and 2. So we're going to do a trip around the outside first, then we're going to go off somewhere, and then we'll come back here just after 2. So let's have a look around the outside. We're on the north side of the church, and we've got this rather splendid looking porchway with these big black gates here. Again, with it being in the Cotswolds, it's stone built, but look at this tower. Norman shaped tower, and it's got a sundial and a clock on there, which is really interesting. Look at that. It's under a slate roof. So let's just have a wander round. Large door inside there, look at that. Look at that huge door there. So as I say, we're on the north side of the church. And it's large tombstones here, tombs and gravestones. And we've got this, let me just wander over here. This looks like an area for cremations. And I will very carefully walk between them. And then we've got this set into the wall. Although one, it looks as if it's lost its head or been vandalised or something, which is such a shame. Again, this is very similar to the roofs we saw yesterday at Stow-on-the-Wold, with the slates, different shapes, different sizes. They've all been knitted together really nicely. Although the main roof of the church is in need of some repair. There's tiles, slates missing, I mean. The Church of St Lawrence is set just behind the High Street and is a peaceful spot to visit. Which it is, it's very nice. It's built on the site of an old Roman temple. A lovely old door there, look at that one. All the black studs. And look at this tombstone here. This tomb, writing on the side, I can't read that of course. It's very difficult. And it seems as though they've got lots and lots of cremations all the way coming around this side. Just in front of me here, and it spreads all the way down there. The first church on this site was a Saxon one, as it is quite often, and we're now on the east end of the church. And the Saxon church was a wooden built, and it was 8th century. Just here we've got this plaque on this wall, in loving memory of Margaret Ann Hill, 1935 to 1966, and of her father, Leonard William Hill, F.Z. S.O.S.T., is that Sergeant? 1911 to 1918, founder of Birdland. Wow, rest in peace, it says. A Norman stone church came a bit later on in 1110 to this site, and the church that is here today combines a 14th century chancel, a Victorian nave and a Georgian tower. So the tower is actually Georgian. And that's another view of the tower with its round dome And we've got these interesting buttresses coming up, and this interesting decorative top. And obviously there's a name for that, but I can't think what that is. And somewhere in here, and I think it must be these and the ones I've seen around on the north side. These are special tombs. They're a traditional Cotswold bale tombs. And that's on, this one is particularly on 3 of them. So that is very unusual. I've never seen anything like that before. And they're classed as chest tombs with a curved top, which were carved to resemble the bales of wool and were often used on the graves of wool merchants in the late 17th century. So we can be pretty sure that these were wool merchants with these tops, as we saw just now as well. Actually, just now, ladies and gentlemen, I was a bit of a numpty. I think I said when we started that we were on the north side of the church. In fact, we were when we started on the south side. I am now on the north side. But look at these buttresses along this side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they are big buttresses. This one here is the one with this ornate top, and then the others go just underneath the gutters. We've got another doorway there, and we've got another doorway just here. Several doorways in this church. Just look at this one. This is particularly interesting there. Look at that. The wind is beginning to get up a bit now, which is a bit of a shame, but it is dry at the moment. Dry, it's not raining, but it's not very warm. And I did wrap up a lot more clothes today than what I had yesterday, because yesterday I got very cold. Let's have a look at this tombstone here. Look at this, or headstone I should say, in the shape of a pot or something like that. But we've got the usual yew trees in here. But again, this north aisle is all under slate roof. The slates seem to get very small at the ridge, and then as they come down, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. That is quite interesting that they've done it that way. Normally they try and keep them all about the same size.
They've got date ones already.
Yeah, Steve's just found this separate. I didn't notice this, I must admit. He's coming through there, and we've got these slates, these large slates fixed to the walls all the way around here, and it says here, "We remember with thanksgiving all those named here." And Steve quite rightly says there's 3 slabs there, all ready to be names to be put on. And we've got that one there is Peter Stephen Gibson, died in 2018, and this one 2015. But I can't, it's interesting that they haven't filled the slates right into the bottom, and I don't know whether there's some significance in that. Just seems rather odd.
Perhaps the person who does it's got a bad back.
Yeah, could be. But yes, rather lovely area set aside, and they've created this little bit of a box hedge all the way around, but encompassing this old tomb here, and this headstone. But yeah, rather interesting that this is a separate little bit. Just here we've got polyanthus and primroses all coming out, which is rather lovely, all in this one corner. But just here, interesting, you see different things for a headstone or something like that, and this one is just like a pile of rocks all been built up together. And then just here we've got this little garden. Daniel Henley, 1998 to 2011. Wait, no, it might not be. I don't know. There's something on that last bit on the when he died, 1st of the 1st, 2019. 2019. There you go. Lovely little corner there. But I do love the way they've created this like a refuse area here. But look, stone built. They've done that with stone built, and it's all the way around. Beautiful stone built wall. But this is flatter pieces to create this bit here. Grass cuttings go there, and then there's some reprobate just coming through there now. I don't know who that is. Oh, it's Steve.
This is dry stone.
Yes, it's dry stone wall. Yeah, it's lovely. Been built very nicely. Steve and I are back at St Lawrence's Church in Bourton on the Wall. So Steve's already inside. Just look at this door that we're going to go through, but it's separated with these glass doors into this little entrance foyer. All new work here, and then through this arch, and then in through these other doors. So this is the inside of St Lawrence's. Just have a little bit of a wander around first, and then have a look and see what details we can find. We've got a separate area over there on the north aisle. Just looking back towards the gallery up there, which is above all this new work that's been done. And there's been lots of changes here over different generations. Just inside the door, we've got the font. I've got very little information, in fact no information about the font, which is a shame. So we're in the nave now, and if I just point the camera up, just look at these wonderful timbers up in the roof, all uplit with different lights. The screens, and I'm assuming they're on about this screen here, going into the chancel, and possibly even that one over there, were a gift of George E. Moore in memory of his parents. Inside the chancel itself, we got the reredos at the back, and the reredos panels represent the occasion, the visit of Maggie, Christ of the Cross, between St Mary and St John, the resurrection, and Mary Magdalene meeting the risen Christ. Standard candlesticks were made later to match the English altar. But aren't they fantastic? Look at the patterns on there, the artwork. That's stunning, beautiful, and lovely stained glass windows. But with the lights on, the lady came in and put the lights on, just to look at the difference it's made to the look in the inside of the church. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's beautiful. I've got everything I've got, the information I've got is obviously written down, because there's so much of it. And it says the bells and clock and clarion, a ring of 8 bells, the oldest of Rudhall bell, the oldest, a Rudhall bell of 1650, were recast and rehung in 1957. The diamond-shaped clock of 1785 was replaced in 1911 by a Westminster chime clock and clarion playing a different hymn tune each day of the week. 3 hourly, 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. In 2016, following a thorough inspection, tailors of Loughborough repainted the iron bell frame and all worn parts were repaired and replaced. The windows are all memorials. Most of the work is C.E. Kemp Studios and C.E. Kemp and Co. Limited. The font, a broken font, which is here. I've just found some information about that. Of the 18th century, is in the west wall. In the west wall. Now in the meeting room. The present font. The present font is from 1875. So the original font is actually in the west wall. Well, Steve and I have finished at St Lawrence's Church,
Yep.
Bourton on the water. Quite an interesting church inside. Lots of new and old mixed. They've got the big bit at the back, haven't they? It's all new with the
Yes,
gallery.
yeah.
Which it's all right. It looks all right. But yeah, nice visit. So we're going to head off now and get some tea and a glass of wine. Bottle of wine? Yeah. So this will be Kevin and Steve saying bye-bye, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed this video on Kevin's Rambles YouTube channel, why not give him a subscribe and a like and comment on his videos? It'd be very much appreciated.